Aloha, I am Jason Wong. So, you bought a slice of paradise in Hawaii. Maybe it was an investment, maybe it was a vacation home, maybe you just really like pineapples. But now, life has happened. The market shifted. Your tenants stopped paying. Or maybe your currency tanked against the dollar. Whatever the reason, you are now underwater. That means you owe more on the mortgage than the property is actually worth. And you are trying to handle this mess from thousands of miles away. Your bank account is bleeding and you are stressed out. You are thinking about a short sale, but doing a short sale when you live in Tokyo, Sydney, or Vancouver is not the same as doing it when you live in Honolulu. It is a whole different ballgame. Here is the deep dive on how we negotiate with a US bank when you are a foreign owner. First, let's define the beast. A short sale is when the bank agrees to accept less than what is owed on the mortgage to release the lien. Why would they do that? Because the alternative is foreclosure, and banks hate owning real estate. They are terrible landlords. They do not want to fix toilets. They want cash. But here is where it gets spicy for you, my international friend. 2 words: FIRPTA. And FIRPTA is federal. FIRPTA is Hawaii state. Combined, they normally require a withholding of 22.25% of the sales price. Not the profit, the sales price. Now, do the math. If the bank is already taking a loss and then the government wants to withhold 22% of the check, the bank is going to look at that offer and say, no way. They will kill the deal. So part of my job as your broker is to prove to the IRS and the state of Hawaii that you are making zero profit. Actually, you are making a loss. We have to apply for a withholding certificate to get those taxes waived or reduced. If your agent does not know how to do this, your short sale is dead on arrival. Next, let's talk about the negotiation. You need to prove hardship. The bank needs to know why you stopped paying. I just don't feel like it is not a hardship. My business in Hong Kong collapsed, or I have a medical emergency in Canada. That is a hardship. We have to package this up with your financials and send it to the bank's loss mitigation department. Be prepared for the time zone dance. I will be on the phone with the bank in New York at 4 a.m. Hawaii time, while you are eating dinner in London. We act as the bridge. We also need to protect you from the deficiency judgment. That is when the bank sells the house, takes the loss, and then sues you for the difference. Negotiating the waiver of deficiency is the most critical part of the approval letter. We want the bank to say, we are good, paid in full, goodbye. Finally, the logistics. Get ready to become best friends with the US Embassy. You cannot just sign documents on a napkin. Closing documents often need to be notarized by a US consular officer. Appointments can take weeks. So while we fight the bank, you need to be booking that appointment. Look, this is not easy. It is a bureaucratic maze filled with tax traps and time zones. But it is better than foreclosure. Foreclosure stays on your record for years and can impact your ability to ever do business in the US again. A short sale allows you to exit with dignity and minimize the damage. If you are a foreign owner drowning in a Hawaii property, do not just walk away. Let's fight the bank together. I am Jason Wong, principal broker at Island Dragonfly. Let's get you out of this and on to your next adventure. Aloha.